Welcome back to the Broncast. Today is a very special episode. We are out here in Townsend, Tennessee for the Bronco Super Celebration. And as a part of it, we get to drive Broncos through the Great Smoky Mountains. But I grabbed my buddy Jon Spooner and I asked him, hey, do you think you would let me drive your Bronco? And he said, of course. Of course. I'm gonna drive this incredible Bronco with a Cummins R2.8 in it. All right, so Jon, I think your Bronco is pretty amazing. And it's because it's something that I have thought was so cool to do to a Bronco, and that is putting the Cummins R2.8 in a Bronco. Now, if you've never heard of the Cummins R2.8, basically it's their crate motor program over at Cummins Diesel. So this basically has a 4-cylinder diesel motor, engine, motor? Which one's the right one? I always forget.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So any tricks with the transmission?
It's just a normal AX15. I find it sometimes it's difficult to get the downshift into third.
Okay.
But you'll see.
There's something about driving a diesel where honestly, you just let the clutch out and it goes into gear and you're not going to stall it. I'm guilty of stalling Broncos every once in a while. All right, here we go. You said tricky going in third.
Yeah, there you go.
That was it? Or is that fifth?
No, that's third.
This is a 1970...
73.
When did you buy this?
Gosh, it must have been maybe 2012, 13. I was obsessed with Broncos and I was searching everything Bronco. I had one in college.
Okay.
And I fiddled with it a little bit, but we broke the linkage on the 3 on the tree. And I only had first and third gear. So I was driving around in first and third gear for a while. And I sold it and wished I never had. Finally wound up calling Crawler's Edge.
Yeah.
And went out to visit them and met Thomas. And he had this old 73 there. Wound up putting a soft top on it and getting it mechanically sound. And it had the old 302 and it was an automatic.
Okay.
And drove it all the way back to Nashville.
So this started its life with the 302 in it as an automatic. How long did you have it like that?
So I had it like that, and then we had the 302 rebuilt, had disc brakes put on it.
Okay.
Then didn't really like the fact that it was hard to go over 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Called Thomas back. We wound up putting the Atlas and the AX15
okay.
in it.
That's when you did that.
And did axles.
Jon keeps talking about Thomas. That's the owner of Crawler's Edge or Kinser Chassis. They make incredible chassis for the early Bronco and have kind of pioneered making all these different options. They have an option for the Coyote. They have an option now for the R2.8. They have all these different options for chassis, but they also do amazing roll cages. They do a lot of really cool suspensions and all kinds of stuff. You start upgrading this, and then where did the thought of an R2.8 come from?
I was still obsessing about all things Bronco at the time, and every time I have any chance, I start, just looking at stuff online. And I was reading or watching something about the R2.8 when it was starting to come out.
Yeah.
So I text Thomas and I say, how about putting an R2.8 in Brownie? Because he had, named the truck.
Oh, nice.
Ago, yeah.
Brownie. I love it.
He texts back that he and Emily are on their way up to Cummins right now, as I had texted him, to look about doing a chassis with an R2.8.
No way. So they were thinking about it, and you give him a call as he's on his way.
Right. I've never had a real original thought.
I think you having that idea, I think it's so cool because the R2.8, yeah, it's a little engine. It's not very big. Probably, I think, a good bit smaller than the 302, but I think it makes 350 foot-pounds of torque and like 200 and something horsepower.
Right.
Like
it's perfect.
It's the perfect engine for the Bronco because that's all the horsepower you need. It's exactly what you want in a Bronco. Yeah, it's a dream to drive. Unfortunately, we're going downhill because we're coming off the mountain. So like literally I just had it engine braking the whole time, which the diesel is really good at engine braking.
Right.
way better than mine. My Bronco would be sitting there going pop, 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 pop. Driving this though, it is so fun because you've done a great job of kind of making it your own and making it something that looks very unique. And then you pop the hood and it's like, wait, what is under there? Oh yeah, here we go. See, crawling through the gears here. Man, and it sounds really nice. Like that R2.8, it works really well, sounds really good, and has plenty of power. And with the AX15, 5 is overdrive, right?
Right. Cruise down the interstate at 70.
That's amazing. And you can hear it roar. Cummins R2.8. Oh yeah. Come on now. That's first. That's fifth. That's third. I just wanted to go through all the gears, make sure they were all there before, getting into the gear that I wanted. Now I feel like your tilt steering is super far back. Is it?
Right.
Normally a little bit closer?
I'm long-legged. I'm just trying to get stuff out of my way.
Yeah. Trying to move it all back. What has been your favorite part of this Bronco, of this build that you've done?
I think really the process. I mean, we've done so many things, changed so many things. Obviously, didn't get here in a linear fashion at all. I mean,
Sure.
Tried different options, even with the top. I mean, now I've got a hard top.
Oh, you do? I remember this with the soft top.
Yeah. This is the fiberglass hard top, and the sides and the back come off
Oh, nice.
without having to lift it off.
That's super cool.
Just having the hobby, I still spend all my time searching
Yeah.
all things Bronco.
So if you bought another one, would you do the R2.8 again?
Probably.
Would you do the AX15 again?
I think I'd put an automatic in it.
Really?
I've been daily driving it for the past month, and being stuck in Nashville traffic with the X15 is kind of miserable.
Yeah, I could imagine. I could see that for sure. Well, driving it right now, I don't mind it at all. It actually is really nice, and I haven't even gotten into fourth gear. But that's partially because Donnie's up there going 30 and a 45, so he's not giving us much running room. But our producer is literally in my Bronco. Donnie's driving my Bronco ahead, and my producer is laying down in the back of the Bronco filming us. Is this your only Bronco that you own?
This is the only Bronco I own. In the process of talking with Thomas about a 70s truck version.
Yeah. What would you get?
It's funny, really wanted a bump side,
Yeah.
and I was enamored with, who doesn't like a highboy, right? It just looks right. It's what you grew up thinking about, or at least I did. He actually had a brown, same color, extra cab. I think it's a 76. It's a dent side.
Nice.
And it just made sense.
Yeah.
So we're talking about building that up.
Now, what seats are these? These are really nice.
Scheelman seats.
Scheelman, okay.
Yeah, the guys at Titan Motoring in Nashville turned me on to those.
Oh, cool.
And they helped me with the stereo.
Yeah.
My daughter's getting married next year, and she wants to drive away from the wedding in Brownie.
Nice.
But her fiance doesn't know how to drive a stick.
Oh.
So we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah. That'll be part of your premarital counseling, is teaching him how to drive your Bronco. There's part of driving a diesel that, it just feels like you're driving a semi-truck. The sound, the smell. But the R2.8 really doesn't have a strong smell. I think the R2.8 is a great engine, and I have no affiliation with Cummins, so it's like I'm not trying to make an ad for them. I really do think it's like such a cool engine swap, where a lot of people are going with these Coyotes, and the Coyote makes 450 horsepower, and a short wheelbase Bronco just doesn't need that.
It scares me.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas this, it's less horsepower, but 350 foot-pounds of torque. So if you were to take this off-road, it's going to have the torque that you need to get through an obstacle. Have you taken it off-road?
A little bit,
Yeah.
not much. But in when the Atlas is in low, it just rolls.
Yeah.
You don't. The clutch isn't even. but you don't even use it really.
Yeah.
You just let it just roll over whatever wants
Put
to
it
roll
in
over.
gear,
Yeah.
put it in first gear, and just
Yeah.
crawl. And is that the Atlas 2?
Yeah.
Okay, R2.8, AX15, Atlas 2, and then what gears do you have in the axles? Do you know?
I want to say 351. I'm
Okay,
not sure.
350, yeah.
Because we were worried when I put the 35s on it, because we didn't originally have 35s on it. We were worried that it might not work, but you still don't even need to step on the gas without the clutch because it's so torquey.
Driving it, you don't think it's a diesel. It drives super smooth, and I enjoy driving it with the AX15. I think that's a nice transmission for it, but I could see how when you're driving in traffic, you're going to be rowing through the gears a lot. I mean, even us kind of going through these mountains.
It's great out here, and there's a cool factor that is there, so I probably won't ever change it.
Yeah.
But if I did it again, I might.
Yeah.
Be on there.
I mean, how many people come up to you when you pull up somewhere and they're like, does that have a diesel in there?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
All the time, especially out here.
Oh yeah.
Where it doesn't sound right. You know, they know what everything's supposed to sound right, and they're like, wait, that doesn't sound right.
Something's not registering here. That is different. What is it? I downshift like I'm. Oh, that's first. And
Fifth.
Yep. Good. I just wanted to make sure we knew where they were.
There's
There's
third.
third.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Yeah. I downshift like I'm driving a gas-powered car.
Right.
It's just like the habit, instead of allowing the torque to come in, allowing the R2.8's a turbo, allowing the turbo to spool up and kick in. It's like, oh, I got to downshift. And then it's like, no, I didn't. I could have just left it.
You can hear the power band in it when you hit it and
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, it's low RPMs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't have to get it very high. But man, this thing just drives like a dream. So fun to drive. Thank you so much for
Yeah, man.
letting me drive it. We're back at the Super Celebration show field.